It is a defense mechanism. It is something that we created. It is an attitude or response that we created in a season to defend ourselves. But it keeps the word of God from being able to take root. What am I talking about here? I'm talking about thorns. I'm talking about attitudes. I'm talking about thought processes. I'm talking about habits that can become strongholds. I'm talking about wrong ways of thinking. I'm talking about things that we do that keep the word of God out of our lives and out of taking root. I'm talking about the time you got hurt in church and so you never came back. Now, Jesus, I named some of the thorns, but Jesus starts to more specifically name some more thorns in this verse. Can you look down with me? We're almost out of here. Jesus says this, again, verse 18, now these are they that are sown among thorns. They are the ones who hear the word and the cares of this world. First thorn he mentions. Say thorn. The cares of this world. He describes this as a thorn. Now let me explain what he's talking about here. I started to look this verse up. That word cares is translated from a word called, mirimna. Mirimna. That word cares here is not talking about being careless from a perspective of being irresponsible. What he's talking about is anxiety. He is saying that one of the thorns that we can develop is a pattern of anxiety. And anxiety will keep us from being able to receive the word and produce the intended fruit. Because anxiety is a distraction. When you go further and you continue to look up that word, I challenge you, go to your lexicon. Put this verse in, you don't have to do it now, but put this verse in and put in lexicon. And look up the word cares and look up that M word that I just named, mirimna, and you will look and it talks about, it leads toward division. It's anxiety, but it also leads toward division. And when I think about someone who has anxiety, what it looks like is I'm hearing you, I'm sitting with you, but my mind has just gone somewhere else. I'm in the room, but I'm so concerned about the future that I can't even really focus and pay attention. I'm at the service, but I'm so concerned about what's going to happen on Monday that I can't really get anything out of it because I have anxiety. Anxiety is even different than fear. For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. I'm not talking about fear here. Fear not. Why not? Because God is with you. I'm not talking about fear, though. I'm talking about cares. I'm talking about anxiety. Fear presents itself in the presence of danger. If someone were to pull a weapon, a gun, or a knife, you would probably respond with some level of fear. Probably. But that's not what I'm talking about here. Anxiety is a little bit different because anxiety is a physical reaction and even a mental reaction to stuff that is not even there yet. Anxiety is, let me start worrying about this now so that when it gets here, I don't feel bad about not worrying about it. Anxiety is when you say, what if I never get married? What if I never have children? That ain't happened yet. In fact, anything, I heard somebody say it this way, and I loved how they said it. Anything that we start dreaming up in our future, we made it up anyway. That's why Jesus said, take no thought for tomorrow, Matthew chapter 6. For tomorrow will take thought for itself. So anything that you're projecting about your future, you made it up. So why not make up something that is in line with his word? No, we got to shift our thinking. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. So if I made it up anyway, why am I making up the worst case scenario? You get one pain. Oh, shoot, I know what this might be. It could be, it might be. You start looking up symptoms of all the worst diseases. You got one. Uh-oh. That's not that. That's because you ate them nachos last night with no water. Somebody shout out, with no water. We have a tendency to have anxiety, and it is unnecessary because, as Pastor Sam shouted out earlier, we have a Father who cares. And anything that comes my way, I have the word. When I have the word with me, I have something that is equipped to deal with what I've got to deal with. So be free from anxiety. When you find yourself worrying about stuff that didn't happen yet, stop. And it's so easy to do, but it becomes a thorn or a defense mechanism that keeps the word from taking root, because God, through his logos, his original intention, will speak something over you or into you through the scriptures, and immediately before we even receive it, we start arguing with it. You are the head and not the tail. Oh, no, not me. What if they don't see me? What if they don't accept me? What if they don't like? What if they do? This week, when anxiety, now that you know exactly what anxiety is, if it hits, flip the script on that anxiety, and instead of saying, what if it doesn't, start thinking about what if it does, according to his word.